Hey everyone, Jody from Bird Dog Off-Road Adventures here. Today we're going to review with you all and highlight some of our recovery gear that we use when we go off-road in the Bronco. Stay tuned. Alright, so as most of you all know, we do have a winch. We did a video on that from Open Road 4x4. It is a 13,000 pound winch. We've had to use it quite a bit since we've got it. But you know, that's not the only thing we have. You know, you see that and you see the traction boards we have mounted on the side of the Max Tracks. Mounted on the side of the trail racks, racks packs. And, you know, that's kind of obvious. So you all seen that in video stuff. But I want to kind of give you guys a heads up on what we carry besides that. Now, I don't claim to be an expert when it comes to recovery gear. And I'm kind of learning as I go, as most of you all probably are as well. So if you have any tips or pointers, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to read those and maybe adapt them to more stuff that I might need in the near future. So I just want to kind of go over some stuff I had spread out here. Some of this has to do with the winch itself. Now, this is a controller that you plug in the winch. Obviously, mine has the remote control, so I've not used this as of yet, so no big deal there. If you do have a winch, it is highly advised that you use one of these winch blankets. This one happens to be from Warren, but you can get them from other brands too. And they basically just Velcro and lay across the line and Velcro down here. So that way, if that line breaks, the snapback will not go full force and hopefully not into your windshield if the winch line snaps. So, you know, definitely if you're using a winch, get a blanket. Whether it's what kind of winch, it doesn't matter. Warren, Smittybilt, Open Road like we use, whoever. Some other things that are very important we see a lot of people using nowadays. And I can't stress enough how important this is. If you know our friend Popo Patty, he recently done a video on a recovery that didn't go as planned. And one of the things that he cited was cheap Amazon soft shackles. I ain't gonna lie, I have them too. So probably gonna throw these in the trash. Well, we have our pink soft shackle. I bought this mainly for novelty purposes because we had at Bronco Palooza the soft shackle of shame, an idea that we kind of borrowed off Ozark Overland Adventures, and this was supposed to be more like a prize. I have used it with the Forerunners just to be a dick, but you know, I would not use this. This is also a cheap Amazon thing. We do have some other ones here. This is Outpost Off-Road. I think I got this either at the core event or something. This has got dual ropes. This is pretty durable. I don't see a weighting on here. Oh yeah, 38,500 pounds. So this will be a good one to have. Also, our friends at Rogers and Henderson, they got us to get these crawler soft shackles as well. They're rated at 3,200 pounds. So those should be pretty good as well. Now, I'm not going to go over how to use them and not to use them. There's plenty of videos out there for that. And I don't really have the setup right here to show you that anyway. But it's just something to consider. Recently, we were at our friend's Total Off-Road. We were out there. They had a recovery class. And they had this part, Overland Vehicle Systems, which I thought this was pretty cool because it has this flat piece as opposed to just a knot to catch at. You know, there again, two-rope system. Very, very good. You know, that's something else to consider too. If you have a local shop in your area, talk to them. See if they're willing to do a recovery class. It brings more people into their business, gives them more exposure. It also helps educate the community. So that's something to really think about. Some of the other things that we have for off-road use, we have this Snatch Block. This is a Smittybilt one. This thing's pretty heavy. Now, this is mainly made for the winch line, and it's not really made, probably not really good to use with a soft shackle. This is more of a D-ring. I don't have my D-rings in here on me right now. There's some in the back of the truck, but we have just a standard pair of D-rings, which is the alternative to the soft shackle. But this is probably more for that and more for winching. There is a piece I am going to buy. You can see them on Amazon, and they're not that expensive. I mean, I'm not saying buy Amazon, but you also have Fish Factor 55. Overland Vehicle Systems has a nice one. They're just like a big donut, and you stick the soft shackle to the middle of it, and that is a very good option as well. That's what we're going to be getting as well because, one, it's not near as big as heavy, and plus we prefer to use soft shackles over D-rings whenever possible and when it's safe to do so. All right, next up on our list is Tree Hugger. Definitely want to get one of these. We use this in the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway when we're on Mountain Springs Road. This was very helpful for us because you don't want to damage the trees. You don't want to tear them up. You don't want to leave a mark. So use a tree saver. tree hugger, whatever you want to call it, to also get your recovery points. Something else we got from our friends over at Attitude Performance here locally in Chicago is a AEV Kinetic Rope. Now, this doesn't look like most kinetic ropes. They're usually like a round, kind of like the South Shackles are. This one's flat, but it is a kinetic rope. This one I think is rated at 2,400 pounds or 24,000 pounds. So, and it's 30 foot long. So we've used it before too. It worked really good. Primary example, we were at the sand dunes for the takeover, Bronco takeover, and we got high centered on the top of the hill. I let off the gas a little too early, and we had a two-door gentleman in a two-door strapped up to us with this thing, and he just kind of give us a slight tug and got us over the hill. We do have a regular tow strap. We've never used it. I just like having it just in case, especially if you're in a situation where a kinetic rope may not be ideal. You can use a tow strap. Probably not going to be as common. If you had to choose one or the other, I'd probably go with the kinetic rope to have on your vehicle, but it never hurts to have too much, right? One other thing that I have that we keep in the vehicle that we hope we don't have to use is the ARB tire puncture repair kit. I've never had to use this. I've had this for a couple of years. I've seen some videos where they use it. I know our friends at Wonderlost did a video where they had to use it on Cindy Pope's old Jeep. But it's good to have. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so if you can possibly fit it in your rig, this would be a good idea, just to be on the same safe side. Here's a couple items I bought in the beginning that I'll probably never use. I bought these way back when they had the 4Runner, and these are axle straps. And, I'm assuming you just hook them up to the axles and, use them as needed, but we've never had a situation, or I've never even seen a situation in particular where we've had to use those. So just something, that's there. It doesn't take up much room, but I normally don't keep it in a truck with me, but I do have it in case I need it. Now, obviously, when we move out to Arizona, we may change up some stuff because it's going to be a different terrain. But then if we go to Colorado, we have to change up again. So but anyway, hope you guys like this. I know this is not like an all-encompassing thing, so if you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. We definitely want to consider, anything that we may have forgotten or that we could possibly add that might be more of a must-have. There's a tons of stuff out there, but obviously, every one of us, yourselves and me, we have to go with what storage space we have, and we have to prioritize. Sometimes some stuff we may not be able to take always with us. But yeah, first aid kit, I've got that in the truck too. Got a fire extinguisher, all that stuff as well. So, but as far as just like pure recovery gear, if there's anything I left out here, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Guys, please stay safe out there. Please be careful. We want to see you guys on the trails for years to come. Peace.